Skidamarinka-dinka-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you, I love you. Skidamarinka-dinka-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you.
This morning, we're going to take and make some room in the big red barn. We're going to unload our 10 rolls of hay, our round rolls of hay that we brought over from the sanctuary yesterday. And I'm going to stack them here in the red barn. This is the old red barn. And you guys know that I spent some time last week getting everything set up, cleaned out, organized a little bit. Not perfect. And we're going to stack those round rolls of hay along through here. First thing I have to do, though, is take this green alfalfa hay, which is what we've been feeding to Roman, our Belgian rescue. I'll stack it in a special spot. I'm thinking right over here on top of these bricks. This would be a great spot for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can stack that over here. And then each of these gates will open, which will allow me to bring the hay from here and drive it straight in and unload it, stack it as I need to. I'll take that clunk of junk out of here first. That's still good hay, but I set it here for a while. The cows got to it. I cut the strings off so they could have it. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to stick it with the hay spear and pull it out of here. I'll have all the green hay moved and I'll start stacking the dry hay in here. This will be pretty neat. I'm excited about this, but I wanna make sure that I still leave room here for my tractor to come through. I can still bring my tractor through the front, park it here in the middle, and go out the back if I need to. So any hay that I bring over will always be stacked along through here, and I'll also stack hay along through here. But I always want to leave the middle open. You guys join me. This will be fun. This is gonna be fun. Y'all, it's fun, okay? Well, good morning, friends. Hi to hello. And today we're coming to you from the JL Ranch, where we've been working with longhorns and moving hay. And I've also done a little bit of work with Roman. Now, when I say work, I mean just getting to know him and him getting to know me. I will say, and I want to address one thing. Friends, I have fun, and I'm having a lot of fun in mimicking what I think his original owners, the Amish, would have commanded him. But listen to me, I've never seen so many people get upset with me pronouncing words wrong or using wrong vocabulary. People, I say this with all due respect. Get a grip. I speak to Roman in a love language, okay? It's a love language. And yes, I've never claimed to be fluent in the language of German or Dutch or a mixture of Swedish or anything else, okay? But what I do claim is that I love Roman and Roman loves me, and all Roman wants is to be talked to and loved on. Don't get lost in so many details that you forget the gist of the picture. Seriously, I'm not going to embarrass anybody by giving you screenshots of their comments or their emails. But you have to stop saying, Lester, you're confusing him. Lester, you're confusing him. What I speak is a love language. A love language. It's the same way when you demanded that I speak to Rita in Spanish, but the proper Spanish. I don't mean to laugh, and I'm not laughing at you. But I think that what Roman needs more than anything else, he wants a companion, he wants a friend. He wants to be talked to, he wants to be loved on. And through all of those things, we're going to try to build trust. Please, friends, please, please. I don't think he cares if I say good boy or if I use an actual term. okay? And if it bothers you so darn bad, then you should go watch yourself an Amish channel where they use the proper words. I don't, and I'm not going to. I'm never going to sit here and take lessons. I'm not, okay? I'm not. And I don't mean to sound like I'm being scolded. I'm not scolding you, but I'm saying that sometimes some of the comments can be a bit ridiculous. That's a straw wrapper. They can be. So let's just remember that what Roman's getting is time and attention. And the words that he's hearing from my mouth are words of love. It's a love language. And that is, in my opinion, what is the most important with him right now. Okay? And if you can't make sense of that, if that makes no sense to you, if you demand that I use the proper terminology of the language he was taught from his original Amish owners, well, that's never going to happen. I will not sit here and study the language of the Amish. I have my own Lesterisms that I speak here, okay? Either accept me or don't. You can still love Roman by putting your phone on mute, if that helps at all. Or go find you an Amish channel where you can relish in the native language of I don't think that most people have a true grasp of how heavy these square bales of alfalfa hay are. These things are heavy. Now listen, I'm a man. I weigh a little dab over 200 pounds. I stand 6'2". I'm a pretty good sized guy. And I can carry my weight, okay? But I kid you not, that is a chore. That is a real chore. And then a lot of times we talk about, I wish we could find good, reliable, and dependable farm help. But when you look for farm help, you don't just look for somebody who's a nice guy. You can't just find somebody that has a few skills in this or that. True farm help has to be able to carry their weight. In this case, lift their weight. And there's not many, I'm sorry, not trying to call anyone's names, but there's not any farm help that we've ever had who could do that right there. So that's why I tell you guys, don't fall in love with farm help. Please never fall in love with characters that we bring into our videos, because farm help Tex has just discovered that there's a new girl on the pasture he's not had a chance to romance yet, and he's going to leave the herd as they graze across the meadow, and he's going to run as fast as his little short fat legs will carry him across to where there's a couple of other ladies hanging out. Beautiful sight, y'all, just a beautiful sight. But listen, y'all have to stop knocking us on farm help and the fact that we don't keep farm help very long. I want to show you something, and I'm not trying to belittle anybody. Let me show you something though. I laugh so I don't cry. I paid 4 hours of work for a friend, a fella, to do a farm job for me. I says, I'm gonna separate all my cows, my bulls, I said, we have to go by and reinforce my fencing. I says, can you drive a staple? Oh yeah, I can drive staples, okay. So I bought a 5-pound box of staples, probably a couple of hundred staples. And I said, I want you to come by this back fence and reinforce these cattle panels with staples. Okay, I can do that. Now listen, I didn't stand around to monitor. I went on ahead and did my own jobs. But while I was off doing my jobs, I left the farm help here to do their job. And many of y'all are going to just, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. But I'm a stickler, guys. I'm a stickler. I have a weird thing here. I'm a stickler for perfection, or at least as close to as possible. Let me show you what I ended up paying someone to do that I cannot stand. And I'm embarrassed, but I'm going to share my embarrassment with you all. Remember, I'm not saying any names, and you don't need to. There's not a reason for you all to say any names. It doesn't matter who. Just look. What in the world? Guys, this is not. And this goes all the way down these boards. All the way down, top and bottom. These are the ones that I drove when I first put the fence here. That's how the staple's supposed to look. And all of these are the ones that were driven to hopefully reinforce. So, you know, you're not trying to make fun of anybody. But I will say this. That's tacky. That's God. That's inexperience. Okay, fine. And you're probably saying, well, Les, it's your own fault. You should have taught them. You should have monitored. You should have stood there and watched. That's not the point, friends. There's no way that I can spend the time. Why, if I'm going to sit there and watch somebody do it, I might as well do it myself and save myself $100. I mean, seriously, if I have to sit there and watch somebody do it, I might as well save myself $100 and do it myself. Because driving a staple is nothing that I can't do. See, I was trying to buy time. I was trying to buy time to let someone else do a mundane job while I do a task that someone else can't do. And I learned that I just wasted $100 because these staples, number one, they look tacky. This is a very beautiful property. We're so proud of all the work that we've put into this place, the money that we've invested. And we always know that any money that you invest in your property is not a waste of money. It'll come back to help you as far as the property value goes. But that right there is $100 wasted, along with 5 pounds of staples. And well, it has to all, now the labor now has to be, all of those be pulled out, pick up so they don't puncture tires, and then another 5 pound of staples put in the right way. So that's why I always say, don't fall in love with farm help, because you may not see them back. And then Jamie says, but people like to root. They want someone to root for. They love to root for people. And making videos like this doesn't always give you someone to root for. It makes you despise me for being too picky, being too critical, by being too much of a hard ass. So if you ever wonder why we don't show, hi beautiful, hi lovely girl, why we don't show a lot of the help that we hire, it's because you never know if they'll be in one video or 10, or if they'll be one and done. And that's just the fact of the matter. And that is one recent example of what I'm talking about.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.